Hello students, I am your science teacher Sophia. Make a revision video. So for next exam your syllabus will be lesson nutrition in plants, nutrition in plants, and one more lesson is forests are life. Forests are life. So your next exam syllabus is nutrition in plants, forests are life. So in this lesson nutrition in plants, you have learnt about what are autotrophs, right? You learned what are autotrophs. What are autotrophs? The plants which can prepare their own food are called as autotrophs. Or I can say the plants which can perform photosynthesis are called as autotrophs. These autotrophs can prepare their own food by utilizing the sunlight or light. And many other factors are required for performing photosynthesis. And you have learned if one factor is absent, what will happen? Like one activity, which is very important activity. What happens if if light is absent? What happens if light is absent? For photosynthesis. To perform photosynthesis, what are the four major things required? That is carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, and chlorophyll. I explained everything clearly and properly in the video. You go through the video, and as well as you have learned about the equation of photosynthesis. That equation I wrote, and you should also go through that equation. It is very important. And next we have moved on to we have seen the structure of stomata. So practice the structure of stomata. I have drawn, so you have to practice that structure of stomata. And what else? We have learnt about autotrophic nutrition. In autotrophic nutrition, plants can prepare their own food and they obtain their own nutrients. Second one is heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition, in that we have learnt about saprophytic nutrition, parasitic nutrition, and insectivorous type of plants, and then nutrition type. So in heterotrophic plants cannot prepare their own food and they cannot obtain their own nutrients. One of the example of that is parasitic nutrition. Which one? Parasitic nutrition means parasitic plant. We have seen Cuscuta is a parasitic plant. So it cannot prepare its own food, it cannot obtain its nutrients. So Cuscuta, the type of nutrition in Cuscuta is parasitic nutrition. Parasitic nutrition is a part of heterotrophic nutrition. That means this Cuscuta will depend on other plant for the sake of food and nutrients. And in this, only one group is getting benefited in heterotrophic nutrition. Other one of example of heterotrophic nutrition is saprophytic nutrition. Here also we will observe that plants are depending on other plants for their requirement of food and nutrients. In saprophytic plants, saprophytes are the plants which will depend on dead and decaying matter for the sake of food and nutrients. Example of that is mushroom. Mushroom is a good example of saprophytic plant. Saprophytes will depend on other matter, that is dead and decaying matter, for the sake of food and nutrients. And next, as they are depending on dead and decaying matter, mushrooms are called as scavengers of the environment. That means they clean the environment by eating the all dead and decaying matter. Next type of nutrition is insectivorous nutrition. In that nutrition, plants are called as insectivorous plants or carnivorous plants. Why they are called as carnivorous plants? Because these plants, they are green in color. Insectivorous plants are green in color. That means they are able to perform photosynthesis. That means they have chlorophyll. All those things are they present which are required for photosynthesis. But in sake of nutrients, it cannot obtain its nutrients. It cannot obtain nutrients by its own. That means it should depend on other animals or other things. So these insectivorous plants will depend on other animals like insects. As I said, insectivorous plants will grow in nitrogen deficient forest. So to fulfill the nitrogen requirement, they depend on other insects. Common name of Nepenthes is pitcher. Example of insectivorous plants is Nepenthes, Utricularia, Venus flytrap, etc. So Nepenthes is nothing but a pitcher plant. I have drawn the picture. Okay, we have seen everything regarding that, and then we have seen what happens if light is absent, what happens to photosynthesis, and everything. One more relationship is symbiotic relationship. See, heterotrophic nutrition, that is in cuscuta, mushroom, or in the pitcher plant, only one group is getting benefited, other group is getting loss. But in symbiotic relationship, both the groups will get benefited, because one organism will give food, then the other organism will give shelter. In this way, there is a mutual understanding between both the groups of symbiotic relationship. I have explained very clearly about symbiosis. I give 2 examples. Go through that clearly. Next, coming to the lesson, forest our life. So why forest is our life? You have done the homework uses of forest. And there is a difference between forest and orchard. We have learned how do we depend on forest. That is by obtaining the fur, getting the different forest products like honey, wax, flax seeds, or I can say meat of rabbit. Okay, and as well as it is a habitat for human beings as well. So all those things we have discussed in the lesson forest our life. Forest is a habitat for both plants, animals, and as well as human beings. Plants, like all the wild plants and the ornamental plants, every kind of plant will be grown in the forest. Animals, all domestic to wild animals, all are present there. And how it is habitat for human beings, like tribal people will be living in the forest. So forest is a great habitat. That we have discussed when we have discussed about different diversity in forest. You have to go through that. And we have learned about Chipko movement. It was led by Amrita Devi, and what area and everything we have discussed in that chapter. So your work is to revise these all chapters clearly and properly once again. So you will be having the examination. So you people go through these videos carefully and properly and write all the homeworks. So students, all the best.